Hello students, welcome to second lecture of Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940. In previous lecture we had seen some basic information about like what is the object of Drug and Cosmetic Act, how this Drug and Cosmetic Act is get bifurcated in some chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, 4 and 5. Again after that we had seen that for proper administration of this act, it is get bifurcated, it is get controlled with the help of some schedules, schedule first and schedule second, and as well as certain schedules we had seen. And for administrating all these points, we had seen some administrative bodies. So what are its administrative bodies? One is called that is this is an advisory board. Advisory board. Some are the analytical and executive. So these are the three important. These are the three important bodies which plays a very important role in administration of the act. So today we are going to discuss about the advisory board. So what is that advisory board? What do you mean by the drug technical advisory board? What is the role of drug consultative committee as well as what is the role of drug technical advisory board? For exam point of view, this advisory board means DTAB and DCC is the most important thing. There are only few papers who are not covered this DTAB. Otherwise, every paper is having a question about the constitution of DTAB. So this is one of the very important for collection of the marks also, because it's an objective type of broad question. So it's a very easy to collect the marks. So try to concentrate on this. So let's start with an advisory board, that is a drug technically advisory board. So let's start with this drug technical advisory board. So this drug technical advisory board is get constituted. But what is the role of this drug technical advisory board? By what purpose? What is the purpose behind that this drug technical advisory board is yet constituted? So the function of drug technical advisory board is the name itself indicate. In its name, one word is there, that is an advisory. That is what that is we called as advisory. So in this advisory, this is what advisory. So this advisory is nothing but provide advice. So this advice in advisory board, this gives advice. To whom it give advice? It give advice to the central government and the state government about the technical matter arising out of the administration of the act. And if any other function is get assigned by the central government, then they could be performed. So this is the most important thing, that give advice to the central government as well as the state government for the implementation of the act. And any technical matter arises for the maintenance of that, or any technical matter arising in administration, that is the main rule, that is a function of drug technical advisory board. This drug technical advisory board perform its function with the help of these three constitutions. And first one is called as an ex officio member, second one is called as the nominated members, and third one it is called as an elected member. So this ex officio members, nominated members and elected members, these all members are having a very important role. These all members are having important role, and how they are get constituted, let's see. The next point is constitution of drug technical advisory board. In that, first we are going to see ex officio member. The board consists of the following members. There are total 8 members in ex officio members. First one is the director. The first one is called Director Central of Health Services, who is the chairman of this committee. Second one, Drug Controller of India. Third one is Director of Central Drug Laboratory, Calcutta. Director of Central Research Institute, Kasoli. Director of Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. Director of Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Izzatnagar. Director of the President of Pharmacy Council of India and President of Medical Council of India. So these are the members who are the ex officio members. So here there are few words like Calcutta, Kasuli, Lucknow, Izzatnagar. These locations are very important because the unit present at Calcutta is looking for the Central Drug Laboratory. The unit present at Kasuli is looking for a research institute, Central Research Institute. So the directors are having some specific powers for the activity, for the research activity. So this Kasuli is important. We can't write the name like this Central Drug Laboratory Kasuli, Central Research Institute Calcutta. No, we can't. The locations, these locations are get specified locations, and in exams we have to write these locations perfectly. How could you remember? There is a simple clue like that. मराठीमध्ये एक शब्द असतो, आपण रिसर्च करतो तर कसा रिसर्च करतो, कसून रिसर्च करतो. दॅट इज व्हॉट, कसुली, रिसर्च कसुली. आणि जर माझा लक चांगला असेल तर माझ्या ड्रगला रिसर्चला चांगले रिझल्ट येतील. दॅट इज अ सेंट्रल ड्रग रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्यूट लखनौ. माझं जर लक चांगला असेल तर माझा ड्रगचं रिसर्च चांगलं होईल. And here also one systematically arranged. First one is that is Central Drug Laboratory Calcutta. Second one is Central Research Institute, and third is in a combination of first and second. That is combination of this both is in a Central Drug Research Institute Lucknow. So first one is the Central Drug Laboratory, Central Research Institute, and Central Drug Research Institute. Next one is Indian Veterinary Institute, Izzatnagar. Our area one Jat is there, so it is very famous for animals. जनावरांचा बाजार तिथं खूप मोठा भरतो. So Jat, here we can recall, we can remember that is Jat for the veterinary purpose. Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Jat. President of Pharmacy Council of India and President of Medical Council of India. So these are the ex officio members. Next one is nominated member. Now, whenever the word nomination comes, then there are two authorities which are having power to nomination. That is in a government, central government or state government. So, depending upon its authority, here central government or state government will be responsible for nomination for a specific purpose. So, this is a constitution which is related to a center one. This is a constitution which is related to the center one. So, definitely central government is having that authority. So this nominated members, first one is two members nominated by the central government, among whom central government among the persons are charged in a drug control in state. Second one is a two person hold the appointment of as a government analyst, and last one is that one person nominated by the central government from the pharmaceutical industry. So these are the specific persons which are get nominated by the central government. These are the specific persons nominated by the central government, right? Two persons from state of control, charge of the drug control from a state, two persons from the government analyst, and one person from the pharmaceutical industry. The next one is elected member. So in elected member, one member is elected by Executive Committee of Pharmacy Council of India. Executive Committee of Pharmacy Council of India among the teachers in pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmaceutical cognosy, or he should be a staff of Indian university. He should be staff of or affiliated to Indian university or any college. Next one is one person elected by the Executive Committee of Medical Council of India. So this Executive Committee in PCI we already seen. Pharmacy Act we had seen. After Constitution of Pharmacy Act, one committee is get formed that we call as Executive Committee, where President and Vice President are the members, and second, all these members, all PCI members nominate the five members, elect the five members who are working as an executive committee. So whenever they need to take any emergency decision or anything, at that time they immediately come together and they will take a decision whenever there is emergency. That we call as an executive committee. So this executive committee is responsible for the nomination of or election of one person, same as it is the PCI, same with an Medical Council of India. Next one is that one pharmacologist to be elected by a governing body of Indian Council of Medical Research, that we call as ICMR. That we call as an ICMR. Next one is that one person elected by the Central Council of Indian Medical Association, and one person elected by the Council of Indian Pharmaceutical Association. One is from IMA and one is from IPA. So these are the members who are get elected by the different committees, executive committees or council or any other persons. So any other board that is get elected among themselves, and they appoint these persons. So these are the 5 members, elected 5 members, nominated 5 members, and ex officio 8 members. So total 18 peoples are there, 18 members are there in this advisory board that we call as drug technical advisory board. Now the next one is that in advisory board, next one is that called as drug consultative committee. The same as like in a DTAB, this is also one consultative committee. That name itself indicate drug consultative committee. The name itself indicate as a drug consultative committee. In this drug consultative committee, again they provide advice. Now DTAB is giving advice to the central government and state government, but if DTAB is having any doubt, to whom it will get consult. So for that purpose, this drug consultative committee is get formulated, and this drug consultative committee give advice not only to the central government and state government, they also provide to advice to the drug technical advisory board. They also provide information to the drug technical advisory board about the technical any matter trading to secure uniformity throughout the India. This is the most important thing. Secure uniformity throughout the India. Throughout the India, they should have a proper uniformly administration of the act. This is the most important thing. Administration of the act is the most important thing, and for administration of the act, if they have anything, then they could ask to this drug consultative committee. And what is its constitution? Its constitution is 2 members, 2 representatives from the central government, and 1 representative of each state. This is the most important. It is the most important. 1 representative of the each state. Each state is giving nomination from their state, and that person will work as a member of Central Consultative Committee. That is, this is the person. That is, each state, one person is get work. 1 representative of each state government, and this is a 2 representatives from the central government. So central government will nominate 2 persons, and each state nominate 1 person. So likewise, they are the totally whatever it may be, near about 37 plus with state government plus some union territories, and these 2 members, these all members will work as the drug consultative committee. So this is what about the role of the drug consultative committee, in what manner they could perform their action. So this is the drug consultative committee. Now next point is that central drug laboratory. The central drug laboratory, the name already we had used this, or in some of advertisement you could have seen this central drug laboratory, or many cases are happened where the central drug laboratory have a very important role. So this central drug laboratory, so it is a centrally, and just that we discussed earlier, key a director of central drug laboratory which is located at Calcutta. So they are formulating some functions, formulating some rules and regulations, rules and responsibilities about the central drug laboratory, and they will perform throughout the nation. So what is its role? What is its function? This question could ask for near about 3 or 3.5 or 4 marks. Constitution as functions of the central laboratory, and this question also asks for 2 marks. When they ask question for the 2 marks, then only these 2 functions are sufficient for the 2 marks. But when question comes for the 4 marks or 3.5 marks, then we need to add some other points for the getting weightage to the answer. So what are the points that we will see on next part? So what is the function? That is, central drug laboratory function is analyze the sample. analyze the sample. Of what? Sample of drug or sample of the cosmetic. Whom they will send you? They will send by any custom collector. They may send by any court or any other person or any other particularly directed. Person means there is any director. So likewise, they have some procedures, and as per that procedures, they will follow this guidelines and they will send a sample to the central drug laboratory. And whatever the drugs or whatever the cosmetics are get approached to the central drug laboratory, they will get analyzed properly and they will send a report. They will send a report. That is the point. That they will send a report. They will prepare a report, results in writing by the directors. Director's written report is sent to this who had given for the analysis. It might be a custom collector or it might be a court. Once they receive the any sample of drug, any sample of the cosmetic, they will analyze it properly and they will send the written report by the signature of director to the concerned person. You might have heard in between, before few years back, there was one incident that the question comes about the quality of the Cadbury. So some of the peoples they have uh, found that in that Cadbury they have some microorganisms or some other part they have found, which gives a question about the hygienic condition of the Cadbury. And as these Cadburys get totally crushed throughout the India or throughout the nation and throughout the world, some part of the world, then their they have changed their attitude and they have changed their packing as well as some of the other condition, some of the marketing strategy, and once again they get relaunched about that. As well as you might heard about the some Maggie. There was some incidents about the Maggie. So some few of the people complained that in that Maggie some hazardous chemical substances are there which are not good for the human being. So um, some of the persons are giving complaint to the court. So as they have analyzed, so where they could analyze, so likewise some drugs and some cosmetics are also there. So likewise, whenever the questions comes about the quality of this drug and quality of the cosmetics, then where we could approach to here the central drug laboratory. And as we approach here in central drug laboratory will analyze it properly. Central drug laboratory analyze it properly, and after its analysis we will get a report, and that report will be considered as a validated report. That is the first function, to analyze the sample. Second, to carry out the any other duties entrusted, means given, to carry out the perform any other duties given by the central government or the state government with the permission of definitely central government concerned to the DTAB. Definitely concerning with the DTAB, by discussing with the DTAB, they will perform some action and they will give their role in that function. So these are the major two functions. But when this point, first point, that is analyze the drug, sample of drug, then there are different categories of the drug. There are different parts. Drug means it's not so we can call as a, so that is not a common word. It is so vast word because in that drug, number of the formulations and number of the parameters comes. So whenever we need to analyze these drugs, they should have bifurcation. Like the drugs could be used for the human being, or drug could also use for the veterinary purpose. So where it could use? There are also some drugs which used for the diagnosis purpose. There are also the drugs used for the prevention purpose, for the treatment purpose. So likewise, some these are the criteria. There are some devices which could be used for the diagnosis. There are some devices which could be used for the treatment. There are some devices which would be used for the prevention of something. So likewise, all these parameters are get bifurcated, and each and every unit giving an authority or giving responsibility about the maintaining its performance, maintaining its standard. So let's see what are these. So in analysis first, it is provided that under the Drug and Cosmetic Act, there is some conditions that just I am reading here. There are some conditions provided that as per the Drug and Cosmetic Act 1945, the functions of Central Drug Laboratory in respect to the drug or class of drug carried out by the institute, it is prescribed that the functions of the drug Director of Central Drug Laboratory in respect of such drugs or class of drugs are exercised by the some of the respective institute. So they have giving authority to some of the institute so they can perform their functions. Like when we want to analyze sera, vaccine, toxins, antigen, antibodies, antitoxin, sutures, ligatures, bacteriophages, these functions should be carried out by the Central Research Institute, Kasuli. Second one, if we want to analyze antigen, antisera, vaccines, toxins, antigens, and a diagnostic agent for veterinary purpose, particularly for the veterinary purpose. If it is for the veterinary purpose, then this authority is given to the Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Izzat Nagar and Mukteshwar. These are the specification. Third one, condom and homeopathic medicines at Central Indian Pharmacopoeia Laboratory, Ghaziabad. So about the condom and about the homeopathic medicament, these all are could be get conducted by the Pharmacopoeia Laboratory, Ghaziabad. Next one is about the polio vaccines, particularly Posture Institute of the India, Kunnur, or Enterovirus Research Central, Mumbai, or Indian Institute of Biologicals, Noida. So these three institutes will look for the polio vaccination, a polio vaccine, and maintain its standard. About the VDRL antigens, the VDRL antigens, particularly laboratory of serologist and chemical examiner to the government of India, Calcutta. So Calcutta will look after that. Intrauterine devices and fallopian rings at Department of Biological Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi. IIT New Delhi will look for the intrauterine devices. Blood group, reagent, diagnostic kit for the HIV by the National Institute of Biological, Noida. Human blood products, including some components freedom from the HIV and antibodies at particularly National Institute of Communicable Diseases, Delhi, or National Institute of Virology, Pune, or Christian Medical College, Vellore. So these three units will look for the human blood and blood product. So whenever the question asks for the 4 mark or 3.5 marks, we need to add these points related to sera, vaccines for the human, for the veterinary purpose, some polio vaccines, VDRLs, as well as the intrauterine devices, blood products or human blood products. So like these all are good related to the particular kind. Condoms and particular homeopathic by the Indian Pharmacopoeia Laboratory, Ghaziabad. Polio vaccines by 3. Then the VDRL by the serologist and chemical examiner by the Calcutta. So likewise, they have performed this action. So these institute will look for this specific action. So this is what about the Drug Technical Advisory Board. Today we had seen about the Drug Technical Advisory Board. What is the Drug Technical Advisory Board? What its a function? In what manner it is get constituted? Ex officio members, nominated members, and elected members. Second advisory board we had seen, that is called as Drug Consultative Committee. That is, what is the role of Drug Consultative Committee? Giving advice to central government, state government, and DTAB about the administration of the act. And how they are constitution? 2 representative from central government and 1 representative of the each state nominated by the state government. So this is a constitution of the DCC. Then we had seen about the Central Drug Laboratory. What is a Central Drug Laboratory? How it is get performed? Likewise, that we had seen. So this is what about the today's lecture. Let's see, if you have any doubt, if you have any query, let me know. I am trying to clear you as much as possible. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Thank you.